Alright YouTubers, what's going on? It has been a while since I've made a video and just been slammed with life in general. New job and just got back from Disneyland with the family. So a lot of stuff going on. So we're trying to get back in the swing of things here and do some knife reviews for you. And today we're looking at a budget knife from CRKT. This is the CRKT Squid. This is a Lucas Burnley design based on his custom knife, the Squid, which is a really cool little folder. So what sparked this knife for me was a new work policy. Well, really not a new work policy, one that is actually starting to be enforced, I think, where we have to have smaller blades, basically. Anything around 2 inches. So this is slightly over 2 inches, but, you know, for the sheeple out there, you're not going to be able to tell a difference just looking at that blade, unless you're going to carry around a measuring tape, and then you've got a lot of issues. So anyway, that's what kind of spurred this for me, because I had to start carrying a little bit smaller knives. And I always liked the Squid was a cool looking knife, and I like the Burnley custom. So I thought, you know, for less than $20, why the heck not? So grabbed one of these. I got the what I'm going to call a black wash finish. I don't know if they call it dark Stonewash. They just call it Stonewash, actually. Burnley Squid Stonewash. So it's basically like a Kershaw black wash type finish, which is a really good looking finish that a lot of companies have now kind of duplicated in their knives. So let's talk a little bit about the knife. The blade length is about, and I'll put the actual specs, it's just a hair over 2 inches. The cutting edge itself, I'm guessing, is, yeah, it's just a hair. It's like 2 1/4 inches cutting edge. So pretty small little blade, but it's very capable. 8CR13 MLV steel on this, so it is a budget steel, but you know, you're paying $20 for the knife. So the design is very well executed, based on the Burnley Squid. It is a frame lock, stainless steel frame lock with a tip up carry pocket clip, a right hand carry only, so your lefties are kind of left out on this one. Lockup is good and solid. It's pretty early, but it is a stainless steel frame lock, so you shouldn't have any movement on that. Size-wise, it is like your perfect little watch pocket knife, is what I like to call them, where, you know, that little pocket on your change pocket in your jeans or whatever. This is a perfect size knife for that little pocket, so works really well for that. Now, is it, you know, a capable knife because it's so small? Yeah, I mean, I wear a medium-sized glove. You're gonna get pretty much all 4 fingers on there. It's got a little hanging off. This little lanyard attachment here really actually helps get a little bit extra grip. But you can see here, you got this little forward finger choil here, and my hand just kind of goes in there. And you know, it's not something you're going to use hard to use because of the size of the knife, but for your everyday typical EDC task, opening mail packages, cutting up fruit, you know, things you may do on a normal basis, it works just fine for that. So weight on this little guy, it's not the lightest weight little knife because it is a little stainless steel tank. Oh, it's plenty light. 3.5 inches for some 3.5 inches. Excuse me, 3.5 ounces. For some reason, it feels heavier to me than that, but it's actually pretty slim as well. You got your this piece here, that's the lanyard attachment, also acts as a back spacer. It's a nice part of the design. So it's actually pretty slim to carry. So it just, like I said, just a small little knife. It works really well for its intended purpose, which is typical EDC tasks. If you have to carry a, you know, under a 2.5 inch blade or under a 3 inch blade, you know, this is definitely a great one to look at, especially because it's so inexpensive. With Father's Day coming up, this would be a great gift for Dad. Like I said, I've seen these everywhere for around $20 or less, maybe a couple bucks over $20. I think I got this one from Blade Ops. Blade Ops is actually local to me. Blade HQ and Blade Ops local to me. I'm kind of spoiled, so get to look at a lot of knives before I handle them. But it just comes in your standard CRKT box. It is made in China, which can be expected. Most of CRKT's offerings are made in China these days. But again, you're paying 20 bucks for a knife, so you can't complain too much about all that or the materials used. Really, for the price, it's an exceptional value because it's a really high quality knife. It's beefy frame lock. Its size does not, for me, call out to be a hard use knife, but you know, it's beefy enough that it could be. Just the blade just doesn't scream that to me, but you know, you got some nice jimping up here. It is functional jimping. not too sharp. It does grab your thumb pretty well, and it acts as a nice little ramp right here to rest your thumb. So I like to actually put my finger clear up here on the blade, though. I feel like that gives me a little bit better control, and you've got a little bit of a swedge there, excuse me, to do that with. Kind of a flat spine area here that works well for your thumb. So it's a good little folder. Here's a size comparison. Let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit of some similar small knives. There's a Spyderco Techno, which I've never done a review on, which I should because it's an exceptional knife. There's the DPX Heat Shred Carbon Fiber, another one that we'll be doing a review on here shortly. So these are all small, sheeple friendly, that's what I like to call them, knives. People that are scared of pocket knives, like they're weapons and such. These are very effective cutting tools for everyday purposes that a big knife you may not need a big knife for. Here's the ZT450, which is actually a small knife, and compared to these ones, it looks pretty big. So now it's also would be well used for a backup blade. So if you want to carry this in your, like I said, your coin purse, your coin pocket or your watch pocket, maybe you have like a bigger knife like here, like the Riate, and you want to have something like this on you. So if you are in public and you are, concerned about other people's opinion about what you're doing, you could pull out a smaller knife like this and use it to do what you need to do, and it shouldn't be intimidating at all. If anyone gets scared of this little guy, then they've got some issues. So, and it's nice because there's a lot of countries and states that have certain limits on blades, lengths, and such, and this is one of those knives that would work well for those people that are in the UK and some of those areas that have restrictions. Actually, I don't even believe the UK can have locking blades, so this one might rule that out, but certain states have certain restrictions, or you run into situations like I have at my work where, they want you to adhere to the knife policy, and you have a smaller blade limit you have to adhere to, and this one just kind of, appeases that. So I like that there's little blades out there like that are high quality. I like that CRKT is working with Lucas Burnley on quite a few of his designs, and Lucas Burnley has done that well with Boker as well with the Quaken. So he's definitely, works well with these manufacturers on executing his designs, and I think they've done a pretty good job. So, but that's going to be a pretty quick review of the CRKT Squid. Like I said, haven't had any issues. I've actually been using it for a few weeks now as my one of my office EDCs and as a backup, and it's just a good little blade. For $20, can't go wrong. Get one for Dad for Father's Day. Great gift idea. Would be a good knife for maybe your wife to carry in her purse, or maybe your small child to give them their first knife, because it's such a smaller knife and you got a smaller blade. It is exceptionally sharp, I will say. Came with a great edge out of the box, and 8CR13 MLV is, it is what it is. It's not going to hold an edge that long, but on a knife like this, you're not going to really be doing too many heavy cutting tasks that I think the blade will stay sharp for a good amount of time for you. So, alright guys, that's going to be a quick and dirty review, quick and dirty, of the CRKT Squid. Any questions or comments, leave them down below, and we'll see you on the next video.